Governor Cuomo has banned fracking in New York, and that's a pretty remarkable thing. But unfortunately, it's not the whole thing. The infrastructure for moving fracked gas from Pennsylvania to export terminals on the Atlantic coast continues at full tilt. And for people along the route of the proposed pipelines and compressor stations, significant threats remain. For example, in Westchester County, an aging nuclear power plant called Indian Point sits alongside the Hudson River. 2 seismic fault lines lie close by, and 40 years' worth of highly radioactive spent fuel rods are stored on site. Now, the gas industry and pipeline construction companies want to expand an existing pipeline by installing a high-pressure, 42-inch diameter pipeline right next to Indian Point. Think about that for a minute. A giant gas pipeline next to an aging nuclear power plant that sits near 2 seismic fault lines. Sometimes common sense eludes even the most dedicated public officials and government agencies who oversee these activities. That's when ordinary citizens and their elected officials need to step in and say, wait a minute. This is one of those times. If you think gas pipelines don't belong next to nuclear power plants, or in our backyards, near our schoolyards, or in other places where we live and play, if you think building out a multi-billion-dollar infrastructure to export fossil fuels around the world isn't the best way to address our global energy issues, and if you think that the health of people living in communities near pipelines and compressor stations is just as important as the health of people living near fracking operations, help us push the pause button. That's the button that tells our public officials and government agencies, we don't think this is a good idea. Please look at this again. We have the power to stop this massive build-out of pipeline infrastructure. But we need to work together. We need the help of our elected officials, and we need to act right now. Join the thousands of people who are helping push the pause button by picking up their phone and calling. Because future generations can't afford for us to wait.